Welcome to free online classes of physics with numbers. So we are discussing 14th chapter from your syllabus, semiconductors. And in our first lecture, we studied broad classification of semiconductors, which are three types of semiconductors: elemental semiconductors, compound semiconductors, and organic semiconductors. So in this chapter, we are learning regarding only elemental semiconductors. After that, we studied energy levels of an electron in isolated atom. So in any isolated atom, electrons are revolving or electrons are surrounded to the central nucleus and they are revolving in different orbits around the nucleus. These revolving electrons are arranged in different and discrete energy levels, and we have considered their isolated atom of sodium, and according to its electronic configuration we come to know that outermost energy level, that is 3s energy level, was half filled and remaining inner energy levels completely filled. After that, we studied the formation of energy bands in solid sodium. So in that case, we come to know that when atom is placed in solid, that time number of atoms comes close to each other such that distance between them remains of the order of angstrom unit. Therefore, electrons from different atoms interacts with each other, and also they interacts with the neighboring atomic nuclei. And the interaction between electrons is more in the outermost electrons due to overlapping, while in innermost electrons mostly remains unaffected. So due to the overlapping and the interaction, each of the energy levels are splitted into large number of sublevels, and the number of sublevels will be of the order of Avogadro's number, which is 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. And due to that large number of sublevels, that sublevels will appear continuous. The separation between that sublevels will be very small, and due to that energy levels almost appear continuous, and these continuous energy levels are called as the energy bands. And we come to know that there are number of energy bands in a solid. Out of that, three energy bands are only important, which are valence band, conduction band, and energy band gap or forbidden energy gap. So in this lecture, we will discuss some important energy bands in solid. First of all, we will discuss about the valence band. We know that in sodium atom, outermost energy level is 3s level, which is the half filled. And this 3s level is called as the valence level, valence energy level of sodium atom. So the topmost occupied energy level in any atom is called its valence energy level. And energy band which is formed due to such valence energy levels of atom, that energy bands are called as valence band. So we know that in case of sodium atom, there are number of energy level: innermost 1s, 2s, 2p, and 3s. So if we take the example of sodium atom, then for that sodium atom, 3s is the topmost occupied energy level. And that topmost occupied energy level of sodium atom is called valence energy level. Now, if we consider sodium solid, then in that sodium solid, large number of sodium atoms will be there. Then all the sodium atoms and their valence energy level, if we take together, then the energy band formed by valence energy levels of all sodium atoms in that sodium solid, that energy band is called as valence band. So valence band can be defined like this. Before that, what is valence energy level? See here. The topmost occupied energy level in an atom is the valence energy level. Similar to in sodium atom, 3s is the topmost occupied energy level. And for sodium atom, it is valence energy level. Now, the energy band formed by valence energy levels of atom in a solid, that energy band is called valence band. So in valence band, all the energy levels are valence energy levels, which are the outermost energy level in an atom. आणि या सगळ्या outermost energy levels कडून जो energy band फॉर्म होईल त्याला आपण valence band असं म्हणू शकता. Now, electrons in outermost orbit, ॲटमच्या outermost orbit मधले जे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आहेत त्यांना आपण valence electrons असं म्हणू शकता, known as valence electrons. And the valence electron has maximum energy level as compared to other electrons in an atom. We also know that electrons in valence or valence electrons or outermost orbit electrons, in case of metallic conductors, they are weakly bound with the nucleus, especially for metallic conductors. And that valence electron has maximum energy as compared to any other electrons in an atom. Now, the electrical properties of material depends upon the number of valence electrons. Electrical properties of material depends upon number of valence electrons, that means number of electrons in outermost orbit. मग outermost orbit मध्ये जे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आहेत त्यांनाच आपण व्हॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन्स म्हणतो. म्हणजे मटेरियलच्या इलेक्ट्रिकल प्रॉपर्टीज या व्हॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉनच्या नंबरवर डिपेंड आहेत. So as we come to know valence band, which is formed by valence energy levels of an atom, then that valence band, the feeling about that valence band never empty. Valence band may be completely filled or partially filled. See here, valence band may be completely filled or partially filled. For example, in case of inert gases, just as argon, krypton, xenon, neon, रेनॉन यासारखे इनर्ट गॅसेस जे आहेत, झिरो ग्रुप इलेमेंट जे आहेत, या इनर्ट गॅसेसच्या बाबतीत कंडक्शन बँड जो आहे तो कम्प्लिटली फील्ड असतो. बट इन अदर मटेरियल्स इट इज पार्शियली फील्ड. But this conduction, this valence band never empty. It does not empty. It may be completely filled or may be partially filled. So this was the first important energy band in solid. So let us learn regarding the second energy band, which is the conduction band. So what is conduction band? Before that, we will learn what is the conduction energy level. So this is the energy level occupied by electrons in valence band. Electrons in valence band occupies immediately next energy level of the valence band. That energy level is called as conduction energy level. And the energy band formed by these conduction energy levels is called conduction band. So conduction band can be defined like this. The immediately next energy level that electrons from valence band can occupy is called conduction level. म्हणजे व्हॅलन्स बँड मधील इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जी इमिजिएटली नेक्स्ट एनर्जी लेवल, हायर लेवल एनर्जी लेवल जी ऑक्युपाय करू शकतात. म्हणजे व्हॅलन्स बँड नंतर येणारी नेक्स्ट हायर, इमिजिएटली नेक्स्ट हायर एनर्जी लेवल व्हॅलन्स बँड मधील इलेक्ट्रॉन्सने जी ऑक्युपाय केली असेल त्याला आपण कंडक्शन एनर्जी लेवल असं म्हणू शकतो. आणि मग the energy band formed by conduction energy levels is called conduction band. So conduction band is immediately next energy band beyond the valence band. It is the next permitted energy band beyond valence band. So conduction band is highly energetic band than the valence band, because in that conduction band all the energy levels are conduction energy levels, and conduction energy levels are immediately next energy level occupied by electrons from the valence band. And the energy band which is formed by using conduction energy levels, that energy band is called as conduction band. And this conduction band is next permitted energy band beyond valence band. म्हणजे व्हॅलन्स बँड नंतरचा जो आउटर हायर एनर्जी बँड आहे त्यालाच आपण कंडक्शन बँड असं म्हणू शकतो. And in case of metallic conductor, valence electrons are loosely bound to the nucleus. कोणत्याही मेटॅलिक कंडक्टरच्या बाबतीत आउटर मोस्ट ऑर्बिट मध्ये जे काही इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आहेत त्यांना आपण व्हॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन्स म्हटलं. पण मेटॅलिक कंडक्टरचे जे व्हॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आहेत, that valence electrons are loosely bounded to the nucleus. Now, therefore, as that valence electrons are loosely bounded to the nucleus, therefore, at room temperature, due to thermal energy, room temperature च्या वेळी जी thermal energy आहे, due to that thermal energy, some of the valence electrons are detached from the atom and becomes free, and that free electron goes to conduction band. Why that some valence electrons are detached from the atom? We know that electrons or atoms are bounded by the covalent bonds. Solids मध्ये जे atoms आहेत, खास करून सेमीकंडक्टरच्या बाबतीत, in case of semiconductors, atoms are bounded by covalent bonds. But in case of metallic conductor, valence electrons are loosely bound with the nucleus. Therefore, at room temperature, due to thermal energy, some of the covalent bonds breaks. And due to that, electrons in that covalent bonds becomes free, and that electrons goes to the conduction band. Now, these electrons which are free and goes to conduction band do not leave the metal surface but can move from one atom to another atom randomly. Means electrons which are present in conduction band are free to move anywhere. They can move randomly from one atom to another atom, but they cannot leave the metal surface. They are only inside the metal surface, moving from one atom to another atom randomly. And these free electrons in that metallic conductors are responsible for current through the conductor. See here, these free electrons are responsible for current through conductors, and hence that electrons are called as conduction electrons. त्यामुळेच त्या फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्सना आपण कंडक्शन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स असं म्हणू शकतो. आता हे फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कसे आपल्याला उपलब्ध होतात पहा. मेटॅलिक कंडक्टरचा विचार केलात तर मेटॅलिक कंडक्टर्स मध्ये व्हॅलन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हे न्यूक्लियस बरोबर लूजली बाउंडेड असतात. त्यामुळं रूम टेम्परेचरच्या वेळची थर्मल एनर्जी मुळे काही कोव्हॅलेंट बॉन्ड्स ब्रेक होतील आणि त्या बॉन्ड्स मधील जे इलेक्ट्रॉन आपल्याला फ्री झालेले आहेत ते इलेक्ट्रॉन कंडक्शन बँड मध्ये आपल्याला उपलब्ध आहेत अँड दॅट इलेक्ट्रॉन cannot leave the metal surface but they are moving from one atom to another atom randomly and that free electrons are responsible for current through that conductors. Hence, that free electrons are called as conduction electrons. Now, regarding this conduction band, म्हणजे कंडक्शन बँड मध्ये जे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आहेत त्यांना आपण कंडक्शन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स किंवा फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स म्हणू शकतो आणि इलेक्ट्रिक करंटच्या फ्लो साठी आपल्याला हे फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉनचीच गरज असते कंडक्शन इलेक्ट्रॉनचीच गरज असते दॅट शुड बी अवेलेबल इन द कंडक्शन बँड ना कंडक्शन बँडचं जे फिलिंग आहे ते फिलिंग कंडक्शन बँड कधीच कम्प्लिटली फिल्ड असत conduction band may be partially filled or completely empty. In case of insulator, conduction band is completely empty. But in case of other materials, it is partially filled. It is never completely filled. See here. Conduction band is partially filled in case of conductors. But it is empty in case of insulator. This conduction band never completely fill. Now here we will see the two energy bands, valence band and conduction band. See here, valence band is low energy band and conduction band is next permitted energy band beyond the valence band. Now you can see here there is a gap between the two energy band and that gap is called as a energy gap and this dotted line is giving us Fermi energy level. What is that Fermi energy level? This is the highest energy level in conduction band occupied by electrons in a solid when that solid is at absolute zero temperature. म्हणजे ज्यावेळी एखादं क्रिस्टल अब्सल्यूट झिरो टेम्परेचरला मेंटेन करता त्यावेळी कंडक्शन बँड मधील इलेक्ट्रॉन्सने जी काय हायेस्ट एनर्जी लेवल ऑक्युपाय केली असेल त्याला आपण फर्मी एनर्जी लेवल असं म्हणू शकता अँड द एनर्जी करस्पॉन्डिंग टू दिस फर्मी लेवल is called as the Fermi energy. Dotted line represents. Now, in this way, we discussed two important energy bands. First one is the valence band and second one is the conduction band. So let us learn here energy gap. This energy gap is the third energy band, which is also called as the forbidden energy gap, which is the gap between bottom of conduction band. You can see here bottom of conduction band and top of valence band. This gap is called as the energy gap. So let us learn the third important energy band in solids, which is called as forbidden energy band or simply energy gap. It is defined like this. The gap between bottom of the conduction band and the top of the valence band is known as forbidden energy gap. And this forbidden energy gap along with valence band and conduction band are shown in this diagram. See here. This one is the are the energy bands and here only completely filled energy bands will be there. Innermost energy bands will be completely filled. In case of sodium solid, the completely filled energy bands will be 1s band, 2s band, 2p band. But this valence band will be 3s band. Okay. Now, next permitted energy band beyond the valence band is the conduction band. But there is a gap between the two energy bands. What is that gap? The gap between bottom of conduction band and top of the valence band. You can see here, this is the bottom of conduction band and this is the top of valence band. And the gap between bottom of conduction band and top of valence band is called as forbidden energy gap, or simply energy gap, denoted by Eg. So let us learn what is the importance of this forbidden energy gap in semiconductors. This forbidden means not allowed. Forbidden means not allowed. We will learn the importance as well as meaning of forbidden energy gap. So we want to learn here what is the importance of energy gap in semiconductor. This energy gap is also called as forbidden energy band or simply energy gap. This energy gap is present only in semiconductors and insulators. In case of metals or good conductors, there is a no gap between valence band and conduction band. Means forbidden energy gap exists only for insulators and for semiconductors. For good conductors, this forbidden energy gap equal to 0. So this band gap is present only in semiconductors and insulators. And for the good conductors, this band gap is equal to 0. Now, why it is called as the forbidden energy band? That we will learn here. Electrons in solid, any solid you can say, sodium solid, electrons in sodium solid cannot stay in this region. Forbidden energy gap region मध्ये सॉलिड्स मधले इलेक्ट्रॉन स्टे करू शकत नाहीत, थांबू शकत नाहीत. व्हॉट इज द रिझन? बिकॉज there are no permitted or allowed energy states in this region. That's why this region is called as the forbidden region for the electrons in solid, that we have written here. Electrons in solid cannot stay in forbidden band because there is no allowed energy states in this region. म्हणजे या फॉरबिडन एनर्जी गॅपच्या रिजन मध्ये इलेक्ट्रॉन्सला ज्या अलाउड एनर्जी लेवल्स आहेत 1s 2s 2p 3s d, you can take f, that energy levels are not present in this energy gap. That's why electrons in solid cannot stay in this forbidden energy band. They can move from valence band to conduction band or conduction band to valence band. They can travel from this gap, but they cannot stay in this energy gap. That's why this energy gap is forbidden to the electrons in solid. Now, let us learn the importance of that energy gap. This forbidden energy gap is playing important role, and it is measure of bonding of valence electrons with the nucleus of atom. So this is the importance. Forbidden energy gap कोणत्याही सॉलिडचा आपल्याला माहिती असेल, this forbidden energy gap measures how the valence electrons are bounded with the nucleus. So energy gap in solid, see here, forbidden energy gap in solid is the measure of bondage of valence band electrons with atom. म्हणजे व्हॅलन्स बँड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जे आहेत ते व्हॅलन्स बँड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ऍटम बरोबर म्हणजेच ऍटमच्या न्यूक्लियस बरोबर कसे बाउंडेड आहेत, स्ट्रॉंगली आहेत की वीकली बाउंडेड आहेत, त्याचं मेजरमेंट ह्या फॉरबिडन एनर्जी गॅप ना आपण करू शकतो. हाऊ इट कॅन बी मेजर्ड? सी हियर. Larger is the forbidden energy gap, more tightly be the valence electrons bounded with nucleus. म्हणजे ज्या सॉलिडचं किंवा ज्या मटेरियलच्या एनर्जी गॅपची व्हॅल्यू लार्ज आहे त्या सॉलिड्स मधील व्हॅलन्स बँड मधले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स न्यूक्लियस बरोबर टाइटली बाउंडेड आहेत आणि ज्या सॉलिड मधील हा फॉर्बिडन एनर्जी गॅप स्मॉल व्हॅल्यू आहे in that solid valence band electrons are loosely bound to the nucleus of that atom. So in this way, this forbidden energy gap measures bounding of valence band electrons with the nucleus. Now, magnitude of this forbidden energy gap or forbidden energy band plays important role in the electronic property of a solid. So these are the energy band diagram of any particular solid, which is showing two energy bands, valence band and conduction band, and the gap between the two bands, which is energy gap or forbidden energy gap, you can see. Now, the magnitude of this forbidden band or forbidden energy gap, which is the magnitude, that magnitude of band gap plays very important role in the electronic properties of a solid. We can explain how this band gap, magnitude of band gap, plays very important role in the electronic properties of solid. In case of solid whose band gap is zero, we know that in case of good conductors, there is no forbidden energy band gap. That's why conduction band and valence band are in contact, are overlapping with each other. So that time the valence band electrons are loosely bound with the nucleus so that electrons can be easily available in conduction band. So through that solid, through that material, electric current can easily flow because in that solid in conduction band, large number of free electrons are available in conduction band. But if in a material this forbidden energy gap is large, then valence band electrons will be more tightly bound with the nucleus and that electrons cannot be easily moved from valence band to conduction band. So in this way magnitude of band gap ची magnitude आहे plays very important role in the electronic properties of solid. सॉलिडच्या ज्या इलेक्ट्रॉनिक प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत त्या प्रॉपर्टीज मध्ये जो इम्पॉर्टंट रोल प्ले केलेला आहे तो फॉरबिडन बँड गॅप न इम्पॉर्टंट रोल प्ले केलेला आहे. हिअर वी नो दॅट फॉर semiconductor band gap in semiconductor is nearly 1 electron volt and this electron volt is the very small unit of energy. मग सेमीकंडक्टर मधील बँड गॅप हा 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन व्होल्टच्या नियरली 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन व्होल्ट असेल तर सेमीकंडक्टर मधील व्हॅलन्स बँड मध्ये जे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आहेत दॅट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर लूजली बाउंड विथ द न्यूक्लियस and we can take that electrons from valence band to conduction band by using small energy. So here if we want to make the electrons free, that electron should be moved from valence band to conduction band. And in order to move that electrons from valence band to conduction band, we have to supply external energy which is equal to band gap energy. See here, to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band, that is to make valence electrons free, we have to supply external energy equal to forbidden energy gap. म्हणजे जर एखाद्या मटेरियलची एनर्जी बँड डायग्राम आपल्या समोर असेल तर त्या एनर्जी बँड डायग्राम मध्ये आपल्याला व्हॅलन्स बँड मधील इलेक्ट्रॉन जर आपल्याला कंडक्शन बँड मध्ये घेऊन जायचं असेल म्हणजेच if we want to make valence electrons free, then we have to supply external energy to the electrons in valence band, which is equal to forbidden band energy. Then and then the electrons from valence band will goes to conduction band. But before going to conduction band, what is happening? With the help of external energy that we have supplied, some of the covalent bonds will be broken. And due to that broken covalent bonds, some electrons will become free. And that free electrons will goes to conduction band. So in simple way, if we want to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band, that is, if we want to make valence electrons free, then we have to supply external energy, maybe heat energy. We have to supply external energy, which is equal to this band gap energy. Then and then the electrons will move from valence band to conduction band, and that electrons will become free. So this is how we can explain important three energy bands in a solid. And there are three important energy bands, which are valence band, conduction band, and forbidden energy gap. And this is the importance. Forbidden energy bands ची importance आहे. The forbidden energy band or gap plays important role in the electronic properties of solid. And from the value of that energy gap, we come to know that whether the valence band electrons are tightly bounded or loosely bounded with the nucleus. And accordingly, we can supply external energy to that solid so that electrons from valence band can be moved to conduction band. And that electrons we can utilize for current through that material. So this was the importance of energy gap in semiconductors. Now let us learn classification of solids on the basis of this energy band. As there are three important energy bands. On the basis of these three important energy bands, we can classify solids in three groups. There are three groups of solids, three class of solids, but on the basis of energy bands. So first classification of solids is called insulators. Second classification is called conductors, or you can say metals. And third classification of solids are semiconductors. And this classification is on the basis of energy bands. So let us learn detail regarding insulators. So to learn energy bands in insulators, we will consider energy band diagram for insulator. And in case of insulator, energy band diagram will be like this. So in any solid, there are three important energy bands. And in case of insulator, this valence band is completely filled, while the conduction band is completely empty. You can see here. The filling of that bands, energy bands जे insulators मध्ये आहेत, त्या insulators मध्ये energy bands पैकी valence band हा completely filled आहे, but conduction band is completely empty. And energy band gap for insulator is large, which is greater than 3 electron volt. See here. Forbidden energy gap for insulator is large. And generally, this forbidden energy gap is greater than 3 electron volt. पर्टिक्युलर जर बोलायचं असेल तर आपण डायमंड साठीचा फॉरबिडन एनर्जी गॅप रेफर केला तर फॉर डायमंड फॉरबिडन एनर्जी गॅप इज 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट. So it is large forbidden energy gap for insulator. What is the meaning of this? This means that larger the forbidden energy gap, more tightly bounded valence band electrons with the nucleus. So in case of insulator, we cannot easily free the electrons from valence band because they are tightly bounded with the nucleus. Because in case of insulator, forbidden energy gap is large. Therefore, at room temperature, at room temperature, available thermal energy, room temperature च्या वेळची जी काही thermal energy आहे, is not sufficient to move electrons from valence band to conduction band. What is the reason? Because at room temperature, thermal energy will be small. And due to that small thermal energy, strongly bounded valence electrons cannot be made free. So any one covalent bond cannot be broken due to such small thermal energy. And this small thermal energy is not sufficient to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band. What is the reason? Because in case of insulator, this forbidden energy gap is large. Means valence band electrons are strongly bounded with the nucleus. Therefore, at room temperature, available thermal energy is not sufficient to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band. म्हणजेच रूम टेम्परेचरला कंडक्शन बँड मध्ये इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर नॉट अवेलेबल. Then if we apply electric field across such insulator at room temperature, म्हणजे जर एखादी बॅटरी किंवा सेल या सेमीकंडक्टरच्या दोन टर्मिनल्स मध्ये आपण अप्लाय केला तर there will be no flow of electric current through the insulator. What is the reason? There are no free electrons available in the conduction band. So when electric field is applied across such insulator, म्हणजे रूम टेम्परेचरला इन्सुलेटरच्या दोन टर्मिनल्स मध्ये जर आपण इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अप्लाय केलं, पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स अप्लाय केलं किंवा एखादा सेल जोडला या दोन टर्मिनल्स मध्ये, तर नो फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर अवेलेबल फॉर कंडक्शन. इन्सुलेटर मध्ये कंडक्शन साठी एकही फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन उपलब्ध नाही कंडक्शन बँड मध्ये. सो देर इज नो कंडक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. म्हणजे इन्सुलेटर मधून इलेक्ट्रिक करंट फ्लो होत नाही ऍट रूम टेम्परेचरला. व्हॉट इज द रिझन? व्हॉट इज द रिझन? Reason is that no free electrons are available for conduction. No free electrons are available for conduction because at room temperature, all the valence band electrons are tightly bounded with the nucleus. And thermal energy at room temperature is not sufficient to move that strongly bounded electrons to the conduction band. So when electric field is applied across such insulator, no free electrons are available for conduction in this band. So there is no conduction of electricity. However, if temperature of that insulator is increased enough, room temperature पेक्षाही जर आपण त्या इन्सुलेटरचं टेम्परेचर इन्क्रीज करत गेलो तर some valence electron goes into conduction band and conductivity is slightly increased. What happens if the temperature of insulator is increased? If the temperature of insulator is increased enough above the room temperature, thermal energy also increases. And due to that thermal energy, few covalent bonds will be broken. And due to that broken covalent bonds, some valence electrons goes to the conduction band. आणि त्यावेळी जर आपण इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अप्लाय केलं अशा प्रकारच्या इन्सुलेटरच्या अक्रॉस, then we will get small electric current flowing through that insulator, but it is at high temperature. At low or room temperature, no current will flow through this insulator. So this is how we can explain insulator on the basis of energy bands. Conductivity of insulator आपण explain करू शकतो on the basis of energy bands. And the examples of such insulators are wood, ग्लास, रबर. म्हणजे यातील कोणताही इन्सुलेटर रूम टेम्परेचरला परफेक्ट इन्सुलेटर असणार. नो करंट विल फ्लो थ्रू दॅट इन्सुलेटर ॲट रूम टेम्परेचर. बट ॲट higher temperature we will get very small current flowing through such insulator. Now we will learn the definition of electron volt. What is electron volt? So one electron volt is the energy gained by an electron while it overcomes a potential difference of 1 volt. म्हणजे ज्यावेळी आपण इलेक्ट्रॉनला किंवा युनिट चार्जला 1 व्होल्ट मधून ऍक्सलरेट करू, त्यावेळी त्या चार्जनं जी काय एनर्जी ऍक्वायर केली असेल, that acquired energy is called 1 electron volt energy, which is defined like this. 1 electron volt is the energy gained by electron when it overcomes a potential difference of 1 volt. And the relation between electron volt and SI unit of energy, we know that electron volt is the smallest unit of energy, and SI unit of energy is joule. So relation between electron volt and joule is like this. See here, 1 electron volt equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. So in this way, we studied first classification of solid on the basis of energy bands, which is insulators. Now let us learn second class of solid, that is conductors. And to study the conductivity, electrical conductivity of conductors, we will first see energy band diagram for conductor. मग ह्या कंडक्टरची energy band diagram will be like this. If you refer this diagram, in this energy band diagram there is a valence band and conduction band. So in case of conductor, this valence band is completely filled, but this conduction band is partially filled or partially empty. कंडक्टर मध्ये हा बदल तुम्हाला दिसतो. In conductor, valence band is completely filled and conduction band is either partially filled or empty. But you can see the difference here. The two bands, valence band and conduction band, are overlapped here. Are overlapped. As there is a overlapping of both the bands, there is no energy gap between the conductors, between the two bands. In case of conductor, energy band gap is 0. So forbidden energy gap is 0. That is Eg equal to 0 in case of conductor. So as there is a overlapping of valence band and conduction band, no extra energy is required to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band. आपल्याला माहिती आहे importance of this energy gap. Energy gap or forbidden energy gap measures bondage of valence band electrons with the nucleus. In case of conductor, this energy gap is 0. It means that electrons in valence band are loosely bound with the nucleus. And as valence band and conduction band are overlapping, no extra energy, external energy आपल्याला गरजच नाही to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band. All the electrons in valence band are available in conduction band at ordinary temperature, at room temperature. That's why due to overlapping of both the bands, valence band आणि conduction bandचं overlapping झाल्यामुळं no extra energy is required to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band. Electrons are available in conduction band at ordinary temperature. So when electric field is applied across such conductors, ऑर्डिनरी टेम्परेचरला जरी ह्या कंडक्टरचे दोन टर्मिनल्स आपण सेलमध्ये जोडले किंवा पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स जर आपण अप्लाय केलं तर लार्ज नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर अवेलेबल फॉर कंडक्शन. ह्या कंडक्शन बँड मध्ये लार्ज नंबर ऑफ फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आपल्याला अवेलेबल आहेत. सो कंडक्टिव्हिटी इज व्हेरी लार्ज फॉर द कंडक्टर्स. या कारणामुळेच कंडक्टर्स किंवा गुड कंडक्टर्स ची कंडक्टिव्हिटी व्हेरी लार्ज आहे. कारण at ordinary temperature large number of free electrons are available in this conduction band. So this is how we can explain conductivity of conductors on the basis of energy band diagram. And the examples of conductors, we can take all metals are conductors. Example, aluminum, copper, iron, silver, gold. These are the few metals which are the examples of conductors. Now let us learn third class of solids, which is semiconductors. And in order to study the conductivity of semiconductors, first of all, we will refer energy band diagram for semiconductor. And energy band diagram for semiconductor is like this. As you can see, in case of semiconductor, valence band is almost filled, but conduction band is almost empty. You can see here. And forbidden energy gap. In case of semiconductor, forbidden energy gap is less than 3 electron volt. But in case of insulator, it is greater than 3 electron volt. So we can say that forbidden energy gap is small. Semiconductorच्या बाबतीत forbidden energy gap small आहे as compared to that of insulators. आणि तो small म्हणजे less than 3 electron volt. आणि पर्टिक्युलर आपण या ठिकाणी जे सेमीकंडक्टर स्टडी करतोय ते इलेमेंटल सेमीकंडक्टर्स आहेत. And in case of elemental semiconductors, for example, germanium, silicon, हा forbidden energy gap किती आहे? For germanium, forbidden energy gap is equal to 0.7 electron volt. And for silicon, forbidden energy gap equal to 1.1 electron volt. So this is very small forbidden energy gap in case of semiconductors. Elemental semiconductors च्या बाबतीत हा forbidden energy gap very small आहे. Means इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन व्हॅलन्स बँड सेमीकंडक्टरच्या बाबतीत फॉरबिडन एनर्जी गॅप हा नियरली इक्वल टू 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन व्होल्ट आहे. म्हटल्यानंतर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन व्हॅलन्स बँड आर लूजली बाउंडेड विथ द न्यूक्लियस. आता या सेमीकंडक्टरला आपण ॲब्सोल्यूट झिरो किंवा व्हेरी स्मॉल टेम्परेचरचा विचार करून बघू. ॲट ॲब्सोल्यूट झिरो टेम्परेचर or very low temperature, what will happen? The thermal energy is not sufficient. कारण का absolute zero temperature ला किंवा very low temperature ला thermal energy will be very small. And that very small thermal energy is not sufficient to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band. We know that in order to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band, we have to supply external energy equal to forbidden gap energy. But at absolute zero temperature or very low temperature, there will be very small thermal energy. And that very small thermal energy is not sufficient to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band. And as electrons are not moving from valence band to conduction band, what will happen? This conduction band will completely empty and valence band will be completely filled. All the covalent bonds will be completely satisfied. No any covalent bonds will broke due to this very small thermal energy. त्यामुळं हा व्हॅलन्स बँड हा completely filled राहील आणि conduction band हा completely empty असेल. And when electric field is applied across such insulator जो very low temperature ला आहे किंवा absolute zero temperature ला आहे, what will happen? No current will flow through such semiconductor. And that time at low temperature or absolute zero temperature, semiconductor behaves as इन्सुलेटर. म्हणजे या सेमीकंडक्टरचं बिहेवियर परफेक्ट इन्सुलेटर सारखं आहे ऍट absolute zero temperature or very low temperature. What is the reason? At that temperature, available thermal energy is not sufficient to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band. As there are no free electrons in the conduction band, no current will flow through that semiconductor. Hence, semiconductors behaves as perfect insulator at absolute zero or very low temperature. Now we will learn what will happen if the temperature of that semiconductor is increased above 0 Kelvin. See here. At room temperature, that means we shall increase the temperature of semiconductor above 0 Kelvin. म्हणजे 0 केल्विन पेक्षा जर टेम्परेचर तुम्ही इन्क्रीज करत गेलात आणि रूम टेम्परेचरला आलात किंवा हायर टेम्परेचर, then room temperature or higher temperature, the thermal energy will be definitely large. And that thermal energy at high temperature or room temperature is sufficient for some valence band electrons to move from valence band to conduction. म्हणजे आपल्याला माहिती आहे व्हेरी लो टेम्परेचरची किंवा ऍब्सोल्यूट झिरोच्या वेळची जी थर्मल एनर्जी आहे दॅट वॉज व्हेरी स्मॉल थर्मल एनर्जी which was not sufficient to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band. If temperature of this semiconductor is increased up to room temperature, then at room temperature or higher than room temperature, available thermal energy is sufficient for some valence band electrons to move from valence band to conduction band. म्हणजे रूम टेम्परेचरला किंवा हायर टेम्परेचरला आता मात्र व्हॅलन्स बँड मध्ये कोव्हॅलंट बॉन्डचं काही ब्रेकिंग होईल आणि ब्रोकन कोव्हॅलंट बॉन्ड्स मुळे काही व्हॅलन्स बँड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विल मूव्ह टू कंडक्शन बँड आणि या ठिकाणी कंडक्शन बँड मध्ये काही इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आता इथे आपल्याला अवेलेबल आहेत. नाव when electric field is applied across such semiconductors which is at room temperature or higher temperature, अशा सेमीकंडक्टरच्या अक्रॉस जर तुम्ही इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अप्लाय केला तर अ फ्यू इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर अवेलेबल इन द कंडक्शन बँड. त्या टेम्परेचरला ह्या कंडक्शन बँड मध्ये काही फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आपल्याला अवेलेबल आहेत कंडक्शनसाठी. सो द कंडक्टिव्हिटी ऑफ सेमीकंडक्टर विल बी small or low at room temperature or higher temperature. So this means that this semiconductor is behaving as perfect insulator at very low temperature. That means 0 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin ला semiconductorचं behavior हे perfect insulator आहे. But at room temperature किंवा higher temperature ला त्याची कंडक्टिव्हिटी लो आहे. So behavior of semiconductor is definitely in between insulator and good conductor. That's why it is called as a semiconductor. Now the examples of such semiconducting materials are germanium, silicon. These are the elemental semiconductors. And this one is the gallium arsenide, which is the compound semiconductor. So in this way, we can study the conductivity of semiconductors, conductivity of good conductors, and conductivity of insulators on the basis of energy band diagram. Now, let us learn energy band gap in materials. आपण comparatively तिन्ही टाइप्सच्या मटेरियलची एनर्जी बँड डायग्राम इथं कम्पेअर करूया. आणि ह्या एनर्जी बँड डायग्राम जे आहेत दॅट आर ऍट रूम टेम्परेचर. ऑल द मटेरियल्स कंडक्टर्स असतील, सेमी कंडक्टर्स असतील किंवा इन्सुलेटर्स असतील, दे आर मेंटेन्ड ऍट रूम टेम्परेचर. अँड comparative study of energy band diagram of 3 types of solids: insulators, semiconductors, and conductors. In any solid, there are three important energy bands: valence band, conduction band, and this band gap or energy gap. In case of insulator, we know that there is a large band gap energy greater than 3 electron volt, and at room temperature this valence band is completely filled, conduction band is completely empty. That's why no current is flowing through insulator at room temperature. Now in case of semiconductor at room temperature, some covalent bonds will break and few electrons will move from valence band to conduction band. You can see here free electrons, very small number of free electrons are available in conduction band. आणि अशा वेळी जर तुम्ही इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अप्लाय केलं अक्रॉस सच सेमीकंडक्टर, then conductivity of semiconductor will be achieved, but very small conductivity, very small current त्या semiconductor मधून flow होईल. And in case of semiconductor, this valence band at room temperature जर विचार केला तर valence band हा partially filled असेल आणि conduction band हा देखील partially filled असेल. Now, and forbidden energy gap in case of semiconductor is very small as compared to insulator, and it is nearly equal to 1 electron volt. Now, the third type of material solid is good conductors, and we know that in case of good conductors, this valence band is almost filled, and this conduction band is almost empty, and the two bands are overlapping with each other, and forbidden energy gap is 0. That's why no extra energy is required to move the electrons from valence band to conduction band. At ordinary temperature, the electrons in valence band are available in conduction band. So when electric field is applied across such conductors, then large number of free electrons are available in conduction band. Hence, large current flows through conductors. So in this way, we can comparatively study energy band diagrams for three solids: insulators, semiconductors, and conductors. So with this, we are ending this lecture.